Helpfulo presents 8 psychology tips to make him fall in love with you. Psychology is actually a lot of fun. Love is never a sure thing. No one is entitled to a love from another person. Love isn't something that is automatically promised to you. It's not something that you can make work just because you want it to. Lots of things have to fall into place for you to really make your ideas of love worthwhile. You can't just expect people to fall in love with you by merely wishing for it to happen. You have to be able to accept the fact that people both triumph and fail in love, and that's okay. However, that doesn't mean that you have to be passive in your approach to love. You still have to be willing to fight for the love that you want. You have to put all the time and the effort in to pursue the love of your life. Sometimes, a little persistence and commitment are key when it comes to actually make love work. Don't be content with just giving up at the first setback with love. You never know how big an effect a little extra effort can make. Enjoying this video so far? Well, keep watching because there's a lot of more good stuff coming up, but before moving on, if you are new on this channel, subscribe and leave a comment saying, "I subscribed," and I will personally reply to your comment. For more amazing videos like this, and hit the bell icon so that you don't miss any updates. Still not sure on how you're supposed to proceed? Don't worry. Science is here to help us. A human brain is a complex object. However, that doesn't mean that aren't capable of understanding some aspects as to how it works. Many studies have been done on the human mind, and science has given us some tips on how we can best manage the complexity of social situations. Want to make a particular person fall in love with you? Well, there is no surefire way of doing that. You need to be lucky. But there are some things that you could be done to substantially increase your luck at finding love. Here are some psychology tips to actually help make someone fall in love with you. 1. Don't underestimate the power of a good impression. Sometimes, it all boils down to when you first meet each other. Don't think for 1 second that the first impression doesn't matter. A person has the power to automatically settle on whether or not you're likable the very moment that you meet. 2. Don't make yourself overly available. Don't come off as someone who is too desperate or overly eager. Make sure that your romantic interest understands that you still have a life outside of this possible relationship that you may have. You don't want to be known as that person who can't seem to function properly without being in a relationship. 3. Don't be afraid to make eye contact. Eye contact is absolutely important, especially when you want to make someone fall in love with you. When you make eye contact with that person without being weird about it, you are essentially making yourself available and vulnerable at the same time. 4. Make sure that you don't have wandering eyes when you're with your partner. If you're out on a date together, stay entirely focused on him. No one wants to be out on a date with a person whose eyes seem to be wandering to other people's faces, phone screens, or reading materials. Give him your undivided attention and the respect that he deserves. 5. Allow that person to offer you some nice gestures or gifts. It's common knowledge that a lot of men like to feel needed and important. If he wants to perform a nice gesture for you, just let him. It will help boost his ego and he'll be happy to know that you are accepting and appreciative of his kindness. 6. Go out on dates in dimly lit settings. Psychology tells us that dimly lit venues make for more intimate and affectionate settings. Set the mood right by going out on a nice romantic date with him in a restaurant with low and subtle lighting. This dulls the visual senses, but it ends up heightening everything else. 7. Let your passion pour forth. There is nothing more attractive than a person who is genuinely passionate about something. It would be good for him to know that you are really passionate about your job, career, or a certain hobby. If you can be that passionate about something, then it also means you could also be that passionate about him. 8. Talk about how you're trying to become a better person. By instinct, we tend to hide our flaws from the people we like the most. We want to impress them the best way that we can, and so we try to give off an image of perfection. However, it would be much wiser for you to really acknowledge your faults and your intents on changing your ways. Remember that people always like a nice struggle and success story. Now, at the end of the day, there are still never really any guarantees that love is going to come your way from a specific source. You just have to be patient and understanding when it comes to love, and eventually, you're going to find what you're looking for. If you love our video, then subscribe our channel for more helpful videos. Give us a like and comment your queries or suggestion in video comment box. Thanks and have a good day.